10 or so of you that haven't been here before at the moment. I want you to understand that there's probably another 10 or 15 new girls that aren't here tonight. Okay, so it's not just you. And there's probably about 20 other girls that have been doing our current challenges, and I told them they don't necessarily need to be here tonight because it's very similar information. But yes, welcome. Thank you for coming. It's a bit late on a Thursday night. It's pretty damn hot, but this is very important for you and your success over the next 4 weeks. So as you know, our 8-week female transformation program is something that we have actually been running for the last 4 years. And I guess it's a tribute to the girls and the way that they apply themselves within this program. The fact that we have no problems filling anywhere between sort of 60 and 80 girls every single 8 weeks, because it does work. Okay, if you listen to the advice that we give you and you actually take it on and apply yourself 100%, it's pretty much a guaranteed program. Okay, and it's one of those only ones around. The other thing that's very, very good and very attractive is that this is a female-only program. Okay, there's a lot of people that will walk into this facility and look at it and go, "Oh, this isn't a place for girls." Okay, but once you actually realise what the environment and the atmosphere is like in here, and you realise what you're actually capable of doing, it becomes very addictive. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, my name's Nathan, and I started TGL about 4 years ago now. Previously, I'll talk a little bit more about me, and we'll go through the other coaches and stuff now. This is a little bit of a confronting photo, but it's definitely something that I'm proud of, and I'd love for you girls to be able to have something like this to look back on and be proud of yourself. I did this just before Kaylee was born, as a bit of another one of my self sort of transformations, and I've done so many of them in the past, to ensure that I could show people that it can be done. It does take a lot of work, and you do have to be very strict with yourself. But over a short time of 13 weeks, this was able to occur. Okay, with the extra stress and the busyness and stuff that we had of just about to have a baby. Okay, so when people tell me that they haven't got time, or they haven't got money, or they're really tired, okay, or they're too busy, these are all just excuses that we do play in our head. Okay, they're barriers, they're speed humps. There's always a way around them. All right. Now, everybody can be stressed, everybody can be busy, everybody can be tired. But the more you tell yourself that, the more it becomes a belief. Okay, and if you actually start believing that, then you're just going to push the goal back further and further every day. Okay, so we need to work towards that, and the only way to be able to do that is if we overcome these barriers. So for somebody like myself that was, moving into a new facility, these are all things that could have stopped me moving into a new facility, very short on finances at the time, lacking a lot of sleep, a wife that was just about to have a baby, helping my mum move house. Like, there's so many different things that was available for me to just use as an excuse here, and I needed to prove that, excuses are just excuses. Like, we just got to forget about it and move on. So I used to be a teacher before I started TGL over at Patrician Brothers in Blacktown, and very passionate about the education side of things. So even though teaching wasn't for me anymore, and I love the impact that I could make on people and their physical self, the most important thing for me is that you learn something while you're here. Okay, as well as Shannon. Shannon's actually a qualified teacher as well. And he's just starting her teaching career as well as doing this. And Shannon actually is in charge of writing your program. Okay, so I want you to understand that this is a very big learning curve, and the more that you take on the initiative to learn more, the better that you will actually go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to move on and smash through the other people that you didn't get to see here in the time. We're not going to spend too much time on it, because we don't want to get through this pretty much as quick as possible tonight, but have something to take home. Shannon, can you move your phone over? Can you hand out these booklets to the girls now? As we go on. Boys, can I get one of you to hand out a book to each of them as well, please? Alright, so Chad is our head strength and conditioning coach here at TGL. Chad, every single one of us coaches are very, very different here. Okay, and that's what I love about it. Chad is probably a little bit more, I guess, drill sergeant in your face. But guess what? If you ever get the chance to actually have him run you through your session, you're either going to look at it and look back and go, "Oh, I hated that," or you're going to look at it and go, "Wow, that was really different and I learned a lot." Okay, Chad is the strength and conditioning coach over at the Penrith Panthers, so very professional about what he does and writes a lot of programs here for our pro athletes and so forth. Okay, so if you do see him around, girls in the morning, you'll hear him, you'll see him, you'll smell him. Okay, it's an opportunity for you to pick his brain if you ever have a chance and go and ask him anything, and he's more than happy to help you. Okay. Moving on, Shen, as I mentioned, I'll talk about Shen while she's handing out. So Shen is a teacher as well. She's also our qualified nutrition coach here at TGL as well. So for those of you that need a little bit of extra help and want to utilise that as an extra service and really maximise your time here, I definitely recommend you see Shannon and book in a time. Okay, we're going to talk about a special offer that she also has for you girls only at the end of this today. Like I said, Shannon also is in charge of writing your program. So those sessions that you really love and those sessions that you really hate, either way you can either say thank you or fuck you. All right? I'm going to be really blunt with you today, and I'm going to be swearing at times, and I'm going to be straightforward and down to the point, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. I need your permission. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yes? Can I be front up with you?
Yeah.
Can I tell you if you've been a lazy shit? Because I'm going to. Alright? Alright. Next one is Blake. Blake's over there stretching at the time. Give us a wave, Blake. Yeah, you got profile pictures that looks like that. Blake is another one of our head coaches here who has come from a commercial gym environment over at C2K in Castleville and wanted to be a part of something a little bit more intimate and I guess focused on results rather than just trying to get as many people in the door in a gym. At TGL, your results are our results. Okay, we're not about trying to get as many members as possible. We're trying to get the best results as possible. The more that you listen, okay, and you use people like Blake and everybody else here, the better you're going to go. Blake, I would say, specialises in. What do you think, Blake? I've got my opinion. I've got my opinion. What would you say you're really good at, Blake? Recently?
Recently it's
Yeah,
especially smallest.
Blake's had a lot of success with his one-on-one clients recently. So for anybody that's looking to add a little one-on-one session here and there in your sessions, it's a good way for you to learn about not only how hard you can work, but how intimate training that specialises in something more specific to you can be very beneficial. It's also a chance for you to learn something or work on something that you need extra work on.
Very particular on technique, posture, all that sort of stuff.
Yep. Very, very effective. Okay. Awesome. We'll move on. That's our coaching staff. Renee, who you would have met at the front desk. Renee is our manager here at TGL and happens to be my beautiful wife. Basically, for anything to do with accounts or emails or anything like that, I want you to contact Renee. Okay, so what we'll do is we add everybody to a private Facebook page. You'll have Renee's details there and messages. You can take her card, you can take her number, whatever you need. But anything you need on the on the back end of TGL, you go and see her. Next is Tegan. Tegan is one of our gorgeous receptionists. Okay, we have two beautiful girls working in reception that do pretty much everything here that we can't do. So they're in charge of the cleaning, the protein shakes, and the payment details. Lots and lots of things in the back end there. All right, a lot of the hard work comes from these girls, and I can guarantee you that every time you walk in, they're going to have a smile on their face, and they're going to be really happy to see you. Okay, Tegan is an international indoor netball superstar. I've been coaching Tegan for a while now. Very, very talented at what she does, but she's also very gifted, in gym work as well, and knows what she's talking about. So you don't only need to approach us coaches. If you have any questions, feel free to approach the girls at the front desk as well. Okay. And lastly, Michaela, who you would have met at the front desk as well. Michaela has also been a client here for a couple of years now, and she is our in-house massage therapist. Okay, so the reason we put Michaela on is not only because she's great in reception, but also because she's very valuable when it comes to recovery. Okay, so recovery is a very important part of weight loss and fat loss and gaining muscle. So by recovering properly and making sure that you can move properly will allow you to perform better in your sessions, and therefore you're going to get better and faster results. It's a belief, okay? Then you've got a growth mindset where intelligence for growth as a person or growth physically or changes can actually be developed. Okay, now that's a massive one and it's very generic at the top there, but it really is important. A fixed mindset, somebody who leads to a desire to look smart and therefore a tendency to. A growth mindset is somebody that leads to a desire to learn and therefore a tendency to. Okay, so someone with a growth mindset and somebody that will do very, very well in this program is somebody that wants to learn as much as possible. The more knowledge you have, the better you're going to be able to apply that into your everyday lifestyle and obviously into your sessions as well. Okay, myself and the rest of the coaches here aren't in decent physical shape and good health because we don't know anything. Okay, it's a requirement for all my coaches to be continually learning every single year, to do more courses every single year. Okay, because this industry changes. All right, our food changes, our lifestyle changes. It becomes more expensive, it becomes more stressful. Okay, all of these things impact our health. So if we don't stay on the top and keep learning how to overcome these challenges, we're never going to get anywhere. Okay, and that's what you've got to apply for yourself as well. A fixed mindset, these people avoid challenges, okay, because they want to stay comfortable. All right, they want to wake up every day and know what's happening and know that they can deal with things. But a growth mindset is something that people are happy to step into a crowd, come in tonight, okay, like you girls are, which is fantastic. But if I asked you to go and do a 100 kilo deadlift because I believed you could, you'd be like, no freaking way. Okay, a vulnerable person would be like, okay, I'm going to listen to what he has to say here. I'm going to believe and trust this guy that knows what he's bloody talking about, and I'm going to have a crack at it. All right, that might seem a little bit extreme, but a vulnerable person and someone with the right mindset will approach these big, not obstacles or challenges, but new ideas. Okay? If I ask one of you that's never done it before to go and flip one of those heavy tyres, you're going to look at me and go, you're an idiot. There's no way I can do that. Put your hand up if you would do that now. If you would actually look at that and you go, no, it's 140 kilos, by the way. Yeah, now you're going, yeah, okay. Yeah, Vicky, have you been able to flip it yet? No. Did you have a go? Yeah, that's good. At least you had a go. You did? First time, did you think you could do it? Oh, no. Good. All right, it takes time, but being persistent and just knowing that you're not going to kill yourself because somebody's there watching you. Somebody's actually telling you, like, if I don't think you can do it, you're going to say no. Simple as that. If I know you can, and you've got the foundations, you've got that base strength, then have a crack. Okay? The last thing is to have that no regrets attitude and look back with no regrets. At the end of the day, you need to make every single opportunity here count. So if you've got 4 days a week training here, you've got 4 opportunities to absolutely make the most of your training. Okay? They're your opportunities now. You've invested your time and your money to be here. So take your opportunities. Don't look back and go, I missed 3 sessions. That's 3 sessions that could have really made a massive difference. We could have had a huge breakthrough in that session that's just completely changed everything that you do about training. Okay? I've got a girl that I train privately on a Wednesday afternoon, and she's been here for about 2.5 years. She's got some amazing results while she's been here. Absolutely sensational. But she's still always had that really big mental barrier and belief of whether or not she can do something. She hasn't got that vulnerable attitude to say, like, I think you can do this, and straight away she goes, oh, no, I can't. And then she has a go at it and she can actually do it. Okay? And the other day, we had a massive breakthrough. It was only 2 weeks ago. And she's like, done the extra heavy reps that usually she would stop on and I have to grab the bar off her. Okay? Or we've tried something different, and instead of saying, no, I can't do it, she just completely clicked and said, yeah, I can't wait to try something new. All right? That was a massive breakthrough for her. All of a sudden, her sessions have gone through the roof. Okay, so one of those sessions could count, so don't miss any session. Control the controllables as well, with no regrets. Okay, that's a really important point, is that at the end of the day, shit happens. Okay, there's things that you can't control. All right, but with what you can control, control it. Be in charge of what you can control. Okay, you're not all got your mums and dads here still telling you what to do. You're in charge now. Yeah. So physically and mentally be in charge of yourself. Come to all your sessions. Control what you're putting in your mouth. Control how much sleep you're getting at night. Okay? Manage your stress levels. Do something that you enjoy every single week. Put in 100% for your sessions. All of these things you can control. Alright, I want you to open up to your booklets, please. Find where it says My Pledge. Alright, now this is a really useful, you should have that in there, My Pledge. Yep. Now this is a really useful tool that actually a lot of people in the past have found very, very beneficial. Alright, now this might seem a little bit childish to you, but it's such a simple tool to keep accountable for your own goals. Okay? Number 1, it says I will, 2, I won't, 3, I can, and 4, I promise. What I want you to do now is write one thing next to each of them. I will, in other words, I will 100% do this. In the next 4 weeks, I will do this, and that's going to contribute to my goal. What will you do? Write it down now. If you're sitting there thinking, oh, this is a bit gay, I don't want to do this, your mindset's not in the right place, I promise you now. Next one is I won't. What won't you do? What 100% I won't do that will impact on my results? What is the one thing that you can control that you know is a barrier for you, is something that sets you back all the time?
No.
Is it I won't step on the scales every morning? Is it I won't have a can of Coke and a cigarette for breakfast? I hope nobody does that. Is it I won't have 10 coffees a day? I won't have tomato sauce with every meal? There's so many things that you can commit to now, just one thing. I won't blame other people for me being fat. I won't blame myself. Alright, I won't miss a session. Another good one. I can. What can you do? Something that you actually truly can believe in yourself right now and say, I can. What can you do? Is it something in your performance? I can lift something this heavy, if you know that. I can improve in this particular thing. I can lose 5 kilos. I can control what I put in my mouth. I can get 8 hours sleep a night. I can show up to every session. What is it you can do? Last thing, I promise. It could be another one. I promise to make every session. I promise to give every session 100%. I promise to not stress about stupid shit. I promise to look back with no regrets. I promise to not whinge about every exercise.
That was in there.
I hope so.
That was in I won't say I can't do it.
Huh? A wall, yeah. I promise I can do a wall sit for a minute. 2 minutes. I promise I won't drive Nathan crazy every morning. Alright. Awesome. So, I want you to turn to the person next to you, and I want you to say these 4 out loud. So the person next to you, whether you know them or not, I want you to actually tell them your 4 things that you've just written down. Be vulnerable and take it on board. Go. Go, go, go.
Sorry, I will turn up to every session. I won't say I can't do it, but I can do it. They're out, guys. And I promise I'll give it my all. Not if I'm eating. I'll walk. That's alright.
Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Alright, stop there. If we turn over and have a look at your ABC meal plan, you'll see a graph. Don't go over to the next one. You'll see the next page after that. There'll be a table there, a black and white table with an ABCD meal plan there. Now, this is very simple, girls. I'm not going to give you a generic program to say that this is the amount of carbs, this is the amount of protein, this is the amount of calories that you should be consuming every single day. Because your body type and your goals and your current state is completely different to the person next to you. Okay? Now, there's a lot of programs that will do that. There's a lot of places that will tell you to have 1,200 calories a day because you're going to lose weight for a certain amount of time. And guess what? Then you're going to put it all back on again. Okay? Because 1,200 calories a day, you're going to starve, you're going to get tired, you're going to get stressed, and you're going to crash. It is important to understand exactly what you need personally in your own diet. Alright? Now, these are guidelines. ABCD is a guideline of what is effective and what should be the base understanding of your meals every day. Okay? Now, I want you to understand that I'm not going to tell you to eat 5 and 6 meals a day, even though you may have heard that before, because 5 and 6 meals a day isn't realistic for all of you. Okay? You don't have necessarily the time, you don't necessarily have the Tupperware containers. Alright? You don't necessarily have access to a microwave at work or whatever it might be, but you can control if you're having 3 or 4 meals a day. That is minimum. Okay? If you're having 1 or 2, go away, start eating more, then come back to me. Alright? So what I want you to do now is using that graph. No, actually, I'm not going to get you to do it now. I'm going to get you to do it at home. And then what I want you to do, where it says create your own meal plan on the previous page, I want you to go back. I want you to create a meal plan with a little few extras. So see everything that you've got on there. You've got your protein, you've got your carbs, you've got your fats, and you've got your vegetables. Very simple base understanding of what your meal should be like, yeah? It says do 2 handfuls of this, 1 handful of this, 1 teaspoon, tablespoon of that. Very, very simple, okay? And your base understanding. Now, what I'd love you to do is spend the time tonight, okay, or latest tomorrow, and go home and say, I can commit to 3 or 4 meals on that previous page, and this is what I'm going to have. As an example, it doesn't necessarily mean what you're doing tomorrow, okay, or doing this week or next week or whatever it might be. But it's an example of what you can actually do, okay? Don't write down what you can't do and what you think will look impressive. Write down what you can do, all right? And if you're going to add some herbs and spices, you're going to add some kind of a sauce, you're going to add some kind of a different cooking method to these foods, then so be it. You're going to eat it. At least you're getting the nutrients that your body needs. Okay? And then what I want you to do after you've done that and you've got your 3 or 4 meals there, or in some cases it might be 5 or 6, I want you to take a photo of that page and I want you to post it up into our private group. Does everyone understand that? There's like 20 odd of you here now that I'm going to remember every single person that's here tonight, and I'm expecting to see that. Alright? That's a really good way to start. Alright, cool. Moving on. Now, this one I want to talk about really briefly. Alright, have a look up on the board, please. So, in my training, and something that I'm really interested in is the way that we can alter what we believe in our heads. Okay? Alter our psychology to change our physical self. The way that you think determines everything in life. Alright? And that can be from your physical self and the results that you get. It could be your job. It could be your health. It could be anything. Alright? The way you think determines everything else that happens in your life. So, this is something that I've learned from a guy named Paul Alicio, who is a ridiculously crazy neuro-linguistic programming hypnosis dude. Alright? And freakish the way that he can change the way that people think. Okay? He cured my fear of spiders. Okay, with those the other day. The heart's put him there. It was dead, but I got it. Alright? It was funny. Alright? He completely hypnotised Chad, who walked in and just went, oh, this shit's crap, unbelievable stuff. And had him answering stuff that he never answered if you paid him. Alright? This stuff works. The way that you actually look at different things and comprehend things in your mind determines everything else. Now, I want to show you this communication model that is something that can really change the way that we do things in life. So, what happens to everybody is like there's an external event. There's something that happens outside of your control, something that happens. Doesn't matter what it is. Anything. How you see that external event determines what you actually believe. So, if you've had an external event of, I have eaten a hamburger. I've gone to Macca's and I've eaten a burger. How you delete, you distort, or you generalize that in your head determines everything else. So, what happens here? I'm going to use my little quick art and be like a mad teacher. Yeah. Alright. So, how we delete, distort, and generalize that, that's what we do. We either do one of those three things in our head. We either delete it and forget about it completely. Alright? We generalize it or we distort it, we break it down and we criticize everything that we just did. Okay? So, that then determines an internal representation. So that representation then could be that Macca's is really, really bad for me. Just because that's how you've seen it. Because you know that people get fat when they eat Macca's, in a lot of cases. You could also internally represent that and go, that was really, really nice, I can't wait to have another one. You could do one or the other. You could say, oh, that really filled me up and made me feel like shit, I'm never going to have it again. You could eat it and you go, I'm actually still hungry. Because you're just telling yourself that, physically you're not. Okay? So how you again delete, distort, or generalize this external event determines everything else. So then we've got this internal representation that controls your state of emotion. So you can actually get really happy about having that burger, all right, and you're emotional about it. And you've got these happy endorphins to say that was really, really nice. I'm going to have it again. Same as like the effect of chocolate has on your brain. Yeah. So we're releasing those chemicals in your brain that say this is addictive. I really want to have more now. Or you can look at it and go, this is really bad. I'm never eating it again. If I eat that again, I'm going to put on 5 kilos. All right, and have this really negative approach to it. Or you can just say, look, I ate it, who gives a fuck, I'm going to work a little bit harder tomorrow. Yeah? So, that emotional state also then affects your physiology. Okay? Therefore, what I'm talking about here, and I was actually talking to Nat a little bit about this earlier, is that if you're stressed then, you have an emotional state of stress. You're really stressed out now that you've just eaten that particular burger. It's really affecting you because you know after all the hard work you've done, you can't believe you've just done that to yourself. Physically, what does that do to you? You actually have physiological changes there. Okay? If you're like upset about that, or you're stressed about that, you're probably going to be storing more body fat at the time as well. Alright? Then if you're storing more body fat at the time, that's the physiological thing that's just happened to you. You've actually stored more body fat. How's that going to make you feel? Shit, and you've got more emotions. Yeah? Then those emotions, how does that affect your internal representation? You start to believe it a little bit more. Yeah? It starts to become a little truer. So, from your state of emotion, that also determines the behaviour. Okay? I'm really, really stressed about that. So I'm going to go and do like a freaking 10k walk. That behaviour then determines the result. Or you could say, I don't really care. That was really nice, I'm going to have another one. That's your behaviour. Okay? Or you could say, you know what, life's life, I was hungry, I had nothing else to do. I was in the middle of the desert and there's a fucking hamburger in front of me. I'm going to eat it. Yeah? Therefore, your behaviour is like, who gives a shit? I'll get back on the wagon tomorrow. Alright? And that determines everything else. There's so many other external representations we can have here. Okay? This is just an example. That determines your result. Your behaviour determines your result every single time. You choose what you do. You choose how you react to everything else. That result then becomes a reinforced belief that that hamburger was good, bad, who gives a fuck. Do we understand what I'm going about here? Do we know what I'm talking about, yeah? So all your emotions and everything that you go through physiologically, okay, and internally in your brain, the way that you distort information and the way that you distort external events become beliefs. Okay? If this is like, I failed in doing a tyre flip, that was what the event was, and you actually then internally think, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that again, that creates emotion, that creates a physiological change. It all goes back and forward, and it then eventually becomes a belief. You seriously believe that you can't do it. Okay? Or you can say, I didn't do it that time, but that doesn't mean I can't do it tomorrow. Make sense? Alright, I hope that helps. Alright, next one. Accountability. Very, very important, determining whether or not you are successful in the next 4 weeks or not. 4 weeks is a very short amount of time to get anywhere, unless you do it at 100%. I'm going to be serious with you right now. If this is the 8-week challenge, I'm not going to care if people take it at their own pace. For 4 weeks, if you actually want to look back with no regrets, you need to be given 100%, simple as that. 100% on your diet, 100% on your training, 100% changing the way you think about shit. Okay? Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Accountability is a really good way of making sure that you're making the most of your 4 weeks here. So, how can you be accountable? Number one, in your booklet said you have an accountability chart. Open up to that really quickly, please. It's not funny, okay? Accountability chart, you'll see it at the front, somewhere at the front. Okay, now on that accountability chart, you'll be able to see is a way that you can tick off 4 very, very simple things, or 5 I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 very simple things that you can do in your life starting tomorrow. Easily. Alright? You got it, remember? Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's the one there. Yep. Very, very simple. Now, this again has been a very effective tool for people that actually use it. Please, please use it. Michaela didn't spend time this afternoon photocopying all these things. I didn't spend time making it, and we didn't spend paper and ink for you to fucking just put it in the bin and forget about it tonight. Alright? It is actually effective. I promise you. Now, you've got 8 weeks there, but obviously we're using it for 4 weeks. So that's even less time for you to be accountable. Tick off every one of those boxes every day, and you will have a positive outcome after this 4 weeks. Very simple. What does it say? Number 1. Huh? To go train. So if you've done that on the days that you've done, or the weeks that you've done, you've made all your sessions, or you did it on that day, tick. That's all it takes. Keep it up on your fridge, or put it next to your bed, or whatever you need to do, but actually tick it off. Yeah? Next one, what does it say?
4 to 6 over years.
Yeah, 4 to 6, that's general recommendations. Remember, 3 to 4 is still okay. If you made that 4, then fantastic. All right, did I eat that per day? Yes, bang. Did I only have 1 meal a day? Look, you might have, for some reason, you may have only had 1 meal for the day. Cross it. Don't leave it, or don't tick it. You didn't do it. Cross it. So then you can look back and go, okay, last week I didn't quite get that one, but this week I'm going to make sure I'm doing it. All right, very, very simple. Next.
8 hours sleep.
8 hours sleep. Did I get 8 hours sleep last night? No, I probably definitely didn't. Alright, can I do it the next night? Yeah, you can control it. Alright, and then it's got to do, I think it's water and something else. There you go. So, please use that. Alright, that's one way to be accountable for your own success and your own results. Take your before and after photos. Very, very important also. You'll know that obviously we have a lot of them that we display, but we're not going to display them. Trust me, we've got thousands and thousands of those things. But the only ones that we obviously display are the ones that we ask people for their permission. We're not going to just put it up without your permission and promote it for all the world to see. Okay, but it is important that you do them. Okay, Rhiannon, did you really think that you were going to have those physical changes? I didn't think so. If you're sitting here right now and you didn't take those initial photos, are you going to be pretty pissed off? Yeah. I promise you that. You will look back with regrets if you don't do them. Girls, am I right? Donna, girls are sensational as well. Alright, so get them done. Now we do ask that you do send them in to us to stay accountable for us, because you know that we've got them. So after 4 weeks, even though 4 weeks is a short amount of time, you can see physical changes in 4 weeks. Okay, they're probably not going to be 12 kilos of body fat loss, yeah? But let's be realistic and say if there's some changes, that's positive. Alright? If we do get them, you're thinking, oh, in 4 weeks' time, I need to be accountable. I know I've got another photo coming up in 4 weeks' time that they're going to see. It's only going to keep you more strict, yeah? So that's what we ask, but obviously that's up to you whether or not you're going to do that. Use the Facebook group, really important. Don't just see everybody else posting up shit every day. It's there for a reason. It's for you to stay motivated. It's for you to be a part of this community. The better that you do that, I promise you, the more likely you are success. Tell people what you will achieve, similar to what you just did in your pledge. What will you do? Not what can you do or what you hope to do, what will you do? Okay? Write down your goals and put them on the board. Okay, so we don't have a board, we have a board in the other gym. That's what that was there. Write them on a piece of paper. Okay, write them on your phone, put them as the background in your phone, like whatever it might be. But be accountable for them, actually write them down. You know, it's like, some of you may have read before, like the number one thing that it's something like 97% of billionaire entrepreneurs have done every single day is write their goals down for every day. That's like the most common thing that they all have in common. Yeah? Scan more than once every 8 weeks. We're doing this beginning and after. I would encourage some of you to do it at like 2 weeks as well, just to make sure that there is some kind of progression and we're not wasting the time. Okay? The scans, other than the first one and the last one, is only $20. So park yourself for $20 and make sure you're on the right track. Okay? You look back in 4 weeks and you're not on the right track, you're going to be pretty pissed off. And the last thing, anything else that works for you. So any other way that you can keep accountable for your own results, do it. Alright, turn to the front. It says things that you need to do as of tonight. Alright, so I'd love for you to be able to do this tonight. Number one, it says add me privately on Facebook if you can find me. If not, don't worry, we'll find you over the weekend. That way we can put you into our private page. Number two, clean out the pantry. Do the rest of that line yourself. Number three, take your before and after photos. Do them before bed tonight so you don't make excuses. And do them at week 2 when you've already seen physical changes. Number 4, set your own personal goals. Make sure you write them down like I said. Number 5, go shopping. Why do I say go shopping? Put your hand up if you've got a new pair of shoes and you can't wait to go to the gym. Me. Yeah? Treat yourself. Alright? You've just invested your time and your money to do something that's actually going to be effective. Let's make sure you really maximise your motivation while you're here. Okay? Nobody wants to go get like the old pair of Asics that you already take. Alright. Before we go into question and answer, I'm going to show you a couple of other things that can really benefit your time here. Okay. Number 1 is Shannon's nutrition coaching. Okay, so if you want to specifically break down exactly what you should be eating for your own personal goals, it is very important that you individualise your nutrition. Okay, if you are looking to do that, Shannon has an offer of $45 for a 60-minute consultation. Okay, now that's pretty good considering she usually charges $55. She's being very generous with that. All right. After that, you can look at doing like full meal plans and stuff like that if that's something that you think you benefit from. Okay? I'm not going to advise, Shannon will decide whether or not a meal plan is actually mentally and physically best for you, but I would advise over a 4-week period, that initial consultation is something that you will all benefit from greatly. Okay, so I would advise that one. That's for you guys only. Michaela's massage service, she usually does for $80. She's now doing it for $40. Okay, basically for you guys only before Christmas. After Christmas, it goes back up to $80. All right, there's a lot of people, a lot of members here that will see Michaela on a weekly or a fortnightly basis. If you value recovery and you understand that moving better is going to increase your results, that's something that you should be doing as well. Okay, massage therapy room in there somewhere. Okay, if we're really working on this, in the 2-week mark or just before Christmas, we will have hopefully some kind of an education night that we'd like to give to anybody that does this. We are a little bit struck for time at the moment and trying to find out when we can actually do it. But if that comes up, definitely have that approach of wanting to learn more. Okay, that's that one. Lastly, in this room right here, we have a far infrared sauna. For those of you that don't know what a far infrared sauna is, it's basically a sauna where we don't use steam and hot coals and rocks and that kind of stuff. It creates infrared heat, safe infrared heat. Okay, not infrared rays that you can cancer, infrared heat that increases a lot of benefits in your body. And I'll talk to you quickly about that in case that's something that you would like to maximise your time here, like I said, or just do something a little bit for yourself every week. Okay, I didn't go to the effort to build this room move facilities and purchase this infrared sauna for people not to use it, because I didn't think it would be beneficial. Okay, so I want you to understand that. That's one of the major reasons we decided to move location. So these are the things that can really help with an infrared sauna. Number one is decreasing those stress hormones, all right, and increasing some relaxation during the week. It's seriously one of the only things that I've found as a business owner that actually I'm allowed to like mentally turn off for the week, or turn off for that time that I'm in there, I should say. Okay, it's a chance for you to disconnect from reality, turn your phone off, read a magazine, and just chill out in there for half an hour. Okay, and you will come out feeling amazing. I promise you that. All right, that's one thing. Number two, increases detoxification. Detoxification and all these detox diets are a load of bullshit. They don't work. Your body detoxes itself. Okay? But to enhance that detoxification with that method, the one thing that we need to do is increase circulation. Okay? So that's what it does. An infrared sauna traditionally increases detoxification 7 times more than a regular sauna. Okay? The more circulation that you have in your body, which surrounds yourself in total heat, the faster nutrients are going to be absorbed, the more oxygen is going to be passed through your body, okay? And the faster you're going to recover as well. So detoxing is very, very important. At the end of the day, if you're too toxic, if you have toxic chemicals, which we all breathe in every single day in this shitty city environment, or you're having too much caffeine, or you smoke cigarettes, or whatever it might be, you're toxic. You have and our food isn't all organic at the end of the day. So all of these things that go into our food creates a more toxic profile in ourselves. In a lot of cases, and specifically in women, doesn't matter how hard you train or how good you eat, if you're toxic, your body won't adapt. Simple as that. Your body won't change. So that's another thing there. Table leaf, really, really good for if you've got like joint problems or muscle aches and stuff like that. This one here, cell health and improved circulation, like I said, okay? Passing through many sort of nutrients there. The other thing is it's very good for stimulating and sleep purification, okay? And lastly, obviously, for weight loss. Now, the big thing about the weight loss here is that not only are all of these things going to contribute to weight loss, but the other thing that an infrared sauna will do in 30 minutes is burn up to 600 calories in 30 minutes. Okay, 600 calories, what's that? Up to 60 degrees. Okay, and you don't actually feel like it, you feel like it's sort of like 25 degrees.
How long do you have to stay in there for?
I usually suggest half an hour, and you can build up to about 45 minutes. Okay, so we do half an hour sessions in there for $20. So for $20, like you can really maximise your time. The other thing that a lot of people are doing here, a lot of our like athletes and weight loss clients are jumping in there 2 to 3 times a week, okay, which works out to $60, right? So what we've done is a deal of $100 a month, and you can use it unlimited as many times as you want. Okay, so if you do that 2 times a week, you make your money back straight away. All right. So in that sense, it can be very, very beneficial, especially in the short amount of time. So I would encourage you to use that. The way that we do that is, firstly, at the moment, you book it in with the girls at the front desk. They'll allocate a time that suits you, and you can go in and just basically sit in there until you clock out.
You can do it before or after training?
There's benefits of both. My preference would be after training, okay, because the most important time to relax and decrease stress hormone is after training. You don't really want to be going into a session feeling relaxed, okay, in my opinion. So that's what I was talking about there. Now, there is also an app that may be done for next week that everybody here doesn't know about yet. You can download an app onto your phone, okay, our app now, that will have all of the times available for things like our sauna and our massage therapy and all of our casual classes during the week, and it can be as simple as reserve my spot for this time. Very, very easy. You don't have to go onto the website, you don't have to go onto all the different files and all the rest of it, you just go app, bang, that's what I want at that time. Okay, that'll book it in automatically and then it's your spot. Cool, okay. Alright, so that's it for that. Question and answer, go. Hit me.
This may sound dumb, but because of all the dieting training that you get over years of dieting, it says 100 pounds of your choice. Is that delivery metal?
No. Good question. Show me, what did you say that, show me? Yep.
Yeah.
1 cup of carbs of your choice.
Oh my goodness, that's so much carbs.
No, this is So this is actually put on there, thank you for pointing that out. This is actually put on there for what I've done is I've attached a different one. The only thing that I would suggest on that night, put your hand up if you're here for weight loss. Honestly, put your hand up. You need to lose weight. Okay. If you're here to lose weight in a short amount of time, carbohydrates should only be consumed after training and before bed. Did everyone just freak out when I said before bed? Yeah. So, there's a lot of research now that would suggest that having carbs after 6 o'clock, which is like what everybody's been told, don't do, is actually more beneficial for fat loss than not. Okay? Previously it was said that you're not burning off those carbs when you're asleep, so you shouldn't be having them. Okay? But now it's saying that you'll actually sleep better, recover faster, and have more energy to train the next day by doing so. Okay? Now I'm not talking carbs like a packet of chips, a couple of biscuits with your cup of tea at night, and a fucking bowl of ice cream. Yeah? We're not talking that here. We're talking low GI, healthy carbs, something like sweet potato, brown rices. There's options there that you have on your meal, okay, on your counter. So those things that are in that category. So post-training only, after training within an hour or about an hour after training, and with your meal at dinner at night. For those of you that have excess amount of body fat to lose or excess amount of weight to lose, you could cancel out that extra part at dinner or before training, which would then only in turn that you would just have less calories throughout the day. Okay, majority of you I would recommend still having 2 meals a day.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
After training, should you do a protein shake and then do some carbs as well?
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, there's no carbs in our shakes if you wanted one of ours, and if you've got like a low carb shake of your own.
So you can still have protein shake and still have your carbs at night?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Sorry. Look, protein shakes, in my opinion, they're there as a supplement. They're not there as a replacement. Okay, they're a supplement. In other words, they can enhance your results, but they shouldn't be replacing them. Okay. At the end of the day, you're always going to get better nutrients from a source that has the same kind of nutrients in it in a full whole food source. Okay. After training is the best time to have a protein shake. Okay. Basically, because you want to enhance recovery and speed it up as fast as possible. That's why we sell so many of them after training, and they taste freaking good. So if you don't want to go out and get your own and whatever, they're there for you. All right, and they've got plenty of other things in there. It's not just protein and calories. Lots of other things that are going to enhance your recovery. So they're really good questions. Thank you for asking that. Those of you that aren't here to necessarily lose weight, yep, because you've got that mindset now, and you know that physically you don't need to. Yeah? If you are the same weight now, but you lose like 10 kilos of body fat. Let's go on the extremes here. All right, if you lose 10 kilos of body fat but you weigh the same, what does that mean? Yeah, you probably you've gained a fuckload of muscle. Yeah. In that case, it doesn't matter what you weigh. No, so you're not necessarily from weight loss. Okay, so carbohydrates with a couple of other meals, I can talk to you specifically about that. Yeah, could be beneficial for you. Okay, Mel, you've got a very different body type. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to lose like 10 kilos. If you lost 10 kilos, we probably see you in hospital. All right. Any other questions? Hit me. Come on. Yep. Okay, so yeah. So that's for each meal. Okay. Yep. For each meal. So that's right. Except for that. Okay. So they're like an option, I guess, of when you should be having them, but they're the sources that you can have. Okay. There's another graph or another table that what I'll do, I'll put that up and somebody remind me if I haven't done it by the weekend. Just remind me and say ABC table, and there's another table that I can post up with all of my heaps more options. So that says like this is sort of here and there, and then there's another one that I've got with another bunch of options. Okay. But ideally, it's just basically getting that foundation of I need a protein source with every meal. Some kind of vegetables or salad with every meal, and also fats with every meal. Fats are actually beneficial if you want to lose fat. Okay, most of you would have heard that by now. Calves, you do need to control when. All right. Anything else?
We just sent you photos.
Yep.
Do you want to send?
No, I'll put you on. Yep. And those of you that have scanned in the light at the end of the live show. Anything else? Awesome. I hope you learned something tonight. I hope it helped, and I hope you're kicking off on the right foot. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. There's going to be a lot more girls that you need to sort of introduce yourself or be exposed to next week. Thank you for being the ones that actually made the effort to come. Go and see Renee at the front desk if you need to figure out your final payments and payments there as well. And those of you that haven't had your first scan yet, you need to do that now tonight as well. All right, ready? Oh, wait, one more rule, and I know this is really touchy. Actually, if it's that time of the month, girls, don't scan now. Okay, it's, we have a lot of girls freaking out. It adds body fat straight away and mass to your body, okay, and the machine is that accurate that it will pick that up. All right, so you need to do that a couple of days after, or make sure that you're a few days before as well. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, you need to